2, 1. We're live. I'm here with Lexxi Haddock, and she's slightly nervous.
Freaking out.
She's freaking out. So she says, "I'm a nervous wreck. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Well, some people get piled in here, and then once you start seeing some people, then you can get a little more nervous."
Great. Okay.
All right, everybody's hopping in. Terrific. If you guys can share this, it helps out. let's get her going here.
Hey, I'm freaking out, Matt. Quit giving me a hard time.
That's it. Bury your feet in the neutral. My mom sat Indian style in that chair.
See?
Yeah, you're good.
Your mom and I get along.
Yeah.
Good egg, that one.
All right. So,
oh, man.
as some of you have seen, we are going all out. HGTV. We're going to do the town makeover thing. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. Let's talk about it.
Better for worse.
Tell me about it. What all do they get involved with?
Okay, so here's the thing. Attica's entire downtown, not just one building, its entire downtown is on Indiana Landmark's top 10 endangered list. And the whole reason that list exists is so that people with means who have the ability to make a change get this notification that here's the top priorities in our state so that they can
fix it.
Plan of attack, make something happen.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So does HGTV, do they just get into
so that's completely separate. So
okay.
Yeah. So it just so happens that we have a unique opportunity because we are listed on this top 10 endangered list at the same time.
So it gives us an advantage.
It gives us an advantage.
I like it.
At the same time, HGTV just announced that they're doing this hometown takeover.
Okay.
So they're looking for an entire hometown that's willing to submit their town saying that, yeah, we need a little bit of help to make it better. Okay.
Well, that makes sense. And now it pieces some things together. So now I'm not going to put you on blast, but I'm going to say that you try very, very hard and you deserve all the support you can get. So if you guys can, at the end of this, I'm going to comment the link, or you can do it now if you want, even the link to that petition. And as many people that we can get to fill that petition out, the better, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And I've heard through the grapevine that you're facing a little adversity on this.
I am.
And I'm not going to take any shit. All right. So, look, I think it's great what you're doing. And I think a majority of the people of Attica think it's great because I've heard everywhere I go, people ask about it. People are asking me, and I don't know that much about it. All I know is I'm going to make a video, and it's going to be killer. But people are talking, and when it comes to a small town, I think it's important getting people together and headed for a common direction.
Exactly.
And I think that is one thing that you are extremely good at, and I think it's something right now that you're really headed towards. So yeah, you might face a little adversity of some naysayers or whatever, but for the most part, I think you're doing a spectacular job, and I don't think you should let people get you down. But all that aside, the biggest thing that I want to do is help in any way. So whether it's this podcast or whether it's making the video or whatever we got to do, let's make this happen. And for all the people that are watching, or if you're just listening, the biggest thing, it sounds like, is to fill out that petition, right?
Yeah. So the thing is, the ultimate goal would be to have everybody do a submission to HGTV. So we have 3 different videos that we're hoping to do. So we have one that's going to come from you. We have one that Attica Main Street has already put together just as a thing that before my time getting involved with Attica Main Street, they had started it to just showcase what an opportunity Attica is. And then there's another guy that's supposed to be putting one together. Cool. So there's going to be 3 videos that people have to choose from. And hopefully everybody will pick the video that they think best showcases Attica, and all the people that have signed this petition, I'm going to post an update and say, here are the 3 videos.
Oh, so they vote on it. Is that what you're saying?
Submission. is how I think it's gonna go.
Got it.
So from what I'm seeing, a lot of people are throwing all their eggs in one basket and they're just doing one submission to HGTV. We are gonna go about it a little different and try to do where we're bombarding them with submissions, like commenting on everything we can think of, doing all the hashtags that we can think of.
Just make a biggest splash as possible.
Just like get attention, like get as much media attention as possible, like make it obvious that we're all on this team trying to go for this common goal of saving our downtown. Yeah,
and I think that you're going about it. I mean, everything seems to be taken off in the way that it needs to. I do think that things like this take a little bit of time, but
right. And we're on a time crunch for this one.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. But the biggest thing is getting like groups of people that I've found, to help and push, and everyone's got their own thing, that they're good at, and getting people motivated to help in their own way. And I mean, I think that that's like you're really good at that, you know what I mean? And like, I hope that people that are watching this, I hope that maybe you can message her, bombard her of how can I help, because I think that that's really important in a small town. And I think that just like you're saying, the more attention that you can wager towards HGTV or whoever, even if it's somebody that might be watching this that works at HGTV, or I don't know, but the more attention that you can get in like even the niche areas really, really helps, and it goes a really far distance. But I think you already know that. But so if you guys can, man, just bombard her, ask her, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? What can I do to help? Is there anything that you
click on my name? It's all public, so you can just go on there and.
Okay, yeah.
I just started yesterday, so there's not too much to go back to.
Yeah.
Something I want to hit on is like right now there's a very strong sense of like the importance of regionalism. Mm-hmm. So there's like this WIN initiative coming out of Lafayette, which I'm not real knowledgeable on that, but you can look into it some more.
What is it?
WIN, WHIN. So it's like Wabash. I don't know. If somebody's watching that knows what it stands for, please comment. Hopefully Cindy Mason's watching. She knows. Bob Shepard. But yeah, so it's this thing like coming out, like there's a lot of really cool stuff that's happening that just like makes it a perfect storm for why a town in Indiana, and specifically us, because we're the only downtown listed on the endangered list, would be really perfect.
Oh, I see.
And then like stuff with the Lilly endowment. So Lilly is helping all the community foundations across from Indiana do these strategic studies to see like where are weaknesses in our towns and counties, and like how can we help, like how can community foundations help make this better. So it's just like there's this perfect storm of we're all on the same team. How can we work together to like solve all these problems? And so if you are from like say Covington or Williamsport or one of like even Lafayette, I mean, even if you're in a different state somehow listening to this, it's like really important to band together, because we are, I mean,
right.
Even like with Williamsport, even if you don't live in Attica, you could get something out of this. Even if you're in Covington, you could get something out of it. Like we're like from when Covington did that awesome new park.
Yeah.
I mean, that happened in Covington, but we're benefiting from that. Like we have this awesome splash pad that we have access to now.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I'm a community cheerleader and I make it real cheesy and we're all on the same team, but
it's true though. It's true. And I love seeing people come together, especially for a common goal. Yeah. And yeah, if there's any way that I can help, I definitely want to, but seeing other people back it and people share it and people calling me, and like yesterday, I probably had 3 or 4 texts, or probably 3 or 4 texts and 2 or 3 phone calls, people asking about it. Unfortunately, I didn't know anything about it, but
I mean, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants trying to do whatever.
But like, so one thing that I did want to ask though was like, what do they do? Do you know that? Like,
supposedly they come in and like remodel the downtown. Like they're looking for, the examples they gave was like if there's a coffee shop or a restaurant. I think our biggest thing would be several years ago, the back of our hotel downtown, which supposedly I never got to go because my life is sad. Apparently, I never got to go to the hotel before the back fell off. I
You
never
didn't?
went in.
You never ate there?
I never stepped foot in it.
Oh yeah, they had the best
Everybody says
fillet,
best
man.
prime rib.
Yeah,
I don't
prime
know.
rib is good.
But
Their
supposedly
fillets were killer too. Yeah, anyway, they had really good steak. Absolutely.
I
But
mean,
yeah, so do they do stuff?
supposedly it was haunted.
Yeah,
So
I
I
kind
don't
of
know
heard
about
that.
that.
Yeah, I heard that.
So if y'all are into haunted places, let's renovate the
Do they?
haunted
Is it still
hotel.
open?
No.
Close the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Did not know
Like
that.
the whole back of
I
it
thought
fell
maybe they
off.
just tarped off the back. It was like,
Oh no.
all right, come
I
on.
mean, somebody probably wants to make that a thing, but
That'd
I
be
don't
me.
think people are.
Like, you guys are good. Y'all are good. Just come on in. Just watch the holes in the floors.
Exactly. Like what? The back of the building's open? No, it's just that
It's
open
a
air
deck.
concept.
It's a deck.
You know?
Oh man.
Do they just do structural or facelift? I honestly don't know what they're gonna do when they get here, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's tough to find out information on it. Nice shirt. Thank you, everybody. This is a Kerry Miller Band t-shirt, and he's my homie. Kerry, thank you for watching. Clear from near St. Louis. Yeah, Kerry Miller.
But I guess the people that are doing it, like actually are on the show, did this in Laurel, Mississippi. So if anybody's on here and wants to check it out, that's where they.
Laurel, Mississippi.
That's the first one that they did, I guess.
Have you seen like any pictures or anything of it? Haven't? No.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. I know this. I know that the downtown desperately needs something. You know, like it needs revitalized, and I know that it's not for a lack of effort by any means, because everybody that I know that's involved really wants to help. But I know that there's a lot involved, and you know, you get people that, well, all you got to do is just go down there and tear some buildings down and put a park in. Well, it's not that simple. Like, you know, it sucks that everyone thinks that, you know, it's just an easy thing. Just get in there and fix the buildings up, you know. And I think Attica really needs all the help that it can get. And so I think even in this, even if worst case scenario, let's just say, you know, nothing happens, no one ever sees it, we don't get anything.
Right.
I mean, what did it hurt, you know? And so if you can get involved, it's only going to help build the community together. And so, I mean, I don't know. I want to do as much as a whole.
The more we publicize it, because the people that are here that are trying to do stuff like buy buildings and redo them,
yeah,
like they only have so much money,
right?
And so they're buying a building, making it awesome. Like we just have this McDonald house building that someone, Katie K's, sorry if I say your name wrong, I'm pretty sure that's your name. You're awesome. She bought this building. She's been like redoing it, and now it's an Airbnb that's has its grand opening at the end of the month. So like there's people that are doing it, but there's only so much one person can do.
Right.
And so if we get it out there and more people come and are willing to make a difference, by the time one building's done, another one's already fallen down. And it's like one person can't do it all. We need to band together.
Yeah, and it's so true. It's so true. Cindy said we need more businesses downtown for sure. It's like a ghost town. It is. I mean, it's a bummer because, you know, I grew up here and I love this place. And if there's anything, you know, that I want to see, it's to see the town succeed and turn into more than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And it definitely needs more business downtown, but to that, you know, you have to have structurally sound buildings, and you know, I know that that's a lot of the issue right now, and a lot of people don't realize that how bad they are. I go walking in the summer every night, and I always walk down through there and look in, and it's like, oh man, it's a bummer seeing, you know, the condition that they're in.
I mean, there's our grants out there, and we've had one in the past, like maybe 5 years ago, and there are some people that are more knowledgeable about it than I am. But something that I always hear is that it's like putting lipstick on a pig, because a lot of them are just like the outside of the buildings, and what we need is somebody that's willing to put in the money to like fix the building, like the bones of the building. And so
yeah, no, I mean, it's true. It is true. And I've talked to a lot of people that I mean, in particular, I know for sure that it's difficult to get a hold of the owners of the buildings. I know that a lot of times with grants, it only covers like, they have to meet a certain dollar amount. So if, if the grant's for 20,000, they got to match 20 or, whatever the number is.
Right.
A lot of times they're like, look, I can't do it. I don't have that. Or they're like, well, I can find somebody to do it cheaper. And then they don't do it. So, I mean, there's a ton of things that are, obstacles that the downtown faces.
Right.
But ultimately, if everyone bands together, and they somehow do pull this off and get HGTV down there, not only would it be good for downtown, but it'd also be really good for the community as a whole, because I feel like it's been such a long time since the communities got together and really been on the same page, and it seems like every day people, not only in this community, but overall, just in general, are driven further and further apart, whether it's by political aspects or, police or, whatever the avenue is. And so whenever I see the opportunity to band people together, I think that it's,
well, and it's a broad enough cause that we're not going to fight, like,
right,
fixing the downtown, like,
yeah, who's against that?
this?
Who's got a problem with that? No.
Saving the pool in the park, I mean, I'm sure there's always haters.
Yeah, damn pool.
Dang it.
Yeah, but
Win is Sherry McGraw. Thank you. Wabash Heartland Innovation Network. If anybody wants to look it up, it's a cool thing.
That was yeah, I got you.
That's Win.
Don't forget to share this for this man. Thank you, Carrie Miller. I love you. All right. Let's see.
Amy Haley. So from the website, we can expect that they're going to be doing multiple like family homes as well as public spaces, parks, diners, restaurants. I think the hotel, if we could get that back up and running, that'd be, it's not the heart of the community, but the whole downtown is the heart of the community. But I just think it's a really cool building that we could save. Obviously the pool, if you've been to a park board meeting at all, which
I've heard
that a lot of people don't go, but it needs some help. That's probably the next thing that we'll tackle, guys. So know that's on
I've heard that's in poor shape. I didn't know it.
It's and there's so many kids, like, that's their summer is
the pool.
Like,
right,
they are at the pool. That's their summer.
Yeah. I don't know. It bums me out that you're facing a little bit of adversity. But I tell you one thing, that I think with all this, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but the more that we can get everybody combined together to do a common thing, even if it's not necessarily benefiting down there, but just everybody, even online, of like sharing the thing. Like, for me, I love that. I love when I get on Facebook and like I see one of my videos pop up and I didn't share it. It didn't come from me. It was like, some external link from YouTube or whatever, and someone just put this up there and it was like, hey, check this out. I love seeing that. So it's got to feel good too that,
I'm
you're
like
seeing
hearting everything.
Yeah, that's what I always
Oh my god.
Yeah. I always give them the little heart thing too. And I think that maybe some people might think I'm kind of a creep for it, but
I'm totally creepy right now. That's what Macy, my sister-in-law, went and like took pictures of like as much stuff as we could think of today, and she's like, will you tell people there's someone in a van that's just like creeping on town? I'm like, nope. Just let it happen.
I wish I could have seen you guys. I'd have taken a couple pictures and be like, yeah, if you guys see, I'd have put you on blast like those one guys do. Get the plate number. If you see these guys that are driving around taking pictures of houses.
I don't think she Austin, the cops called on her or anything.
I would have called you in. Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, actually, she said something here. Check on the petition.
That's Maisie.
That's who. Oh, who'd you say you were?
Macy's the one that was taking pics today.
Oh, okay.
Maisie's got a hookup that needs to start sharing stuff.
Here we go.
And I just want to say, like, all I see, because people only post if they're like really on board with something or they're really against something. So what is out there about Attica is about how Attica sucks. Like, that's like everything I see, like pictures of here's what our downtown used to look like, and now we're going downhill and woe is me.
Yeah.
Which, I get, like, those pictures are awesome. Like, seeing the banners go across between the buildings downtown, like back in the day, like, I would love to know how they did it. Like, there's some really cool pictures. But I think people like just gloss over the stuff like that is good that is happening. Like, we have Pinball and Perry that just came in downtown. Pizza King is like thriving. They're constantly having stuff. Like, you know about Pizza King.
Yeah, what's up?
Like there's a new dog groomer that like just in the past couple weeks is moving in down. Like, I mean, there's stuff happening.
Yeah.
And like Bob and Melinda Shepherd are like pouring their own money into these statues all over. Which is another thing that I see people talk about how the city's wasting money on these beautiful statues. The city's not spending their money.
Yeah.
It's like a nice person.
Right. Well, I mean,
spending their own money to make something awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how it is too, especially with social media. Everyone wants to get on there and they know it all.
Yeah.
And look, it's frustrating because, you know, I see people that try hard and try for a long time even. And, you know, whether that's you or like Dwayne, I think Dwayne does a great job.
Yeah.
And, you know, you see it and you see people really trying, and then you see people that get more attention because it's a little bit easier to get attention when you're negative.
Right.
And this is what I think. So whenever you have people that are negative, and like, let's just take, for example, the people that, well, Attica sucks and the cops are assholes and you always get pulled over driving around there. Well, look, most of the time that isn't the case. And the people that are going to be negative and talk shit about it, you know, they're going to do their thing anyway. So it doesn't really matter. But I think you can either, it comes back to just the most basic thing. Either you're going to be a part of the solution or you're going to be a part of the problem. And so if it's just one of those things, if you don't have something good to say in that area, well, why waste your time? Why try to tear something down that's only going to benefit you anyway? You know, right. I don't know. I get a little heated sometimes. But
me too. Trust me.
It's like, you know, I'll say it. I'll say it.
I mean, I'm doing this stuff for free, so
yeah.
Y'all are gonna make me cry. Don't like talk crap about me. I'm trying not to cuss, even though I get heated about it. Don't keep talking crap about what I'm trying to do. And
yeah.
I'm doing this for free for the betterment of Attica. Like,
right. I'll bust you on the head.
I don't know it all. I'm just learning. There are people that have been like busting their butts for years.
Yeah.
Trying to do the stuff that, I mean, it's just now coming to fruition. Like
right.
getting an economic developer because Fountain County didn't have one.
Right.
So we were like, you know what? We're making it happen. So people in Attica
got
their own because
I've talked to him. I don't know him personally. He knows of me, surprisingly.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I have no idea who he is. He seemed very nice, but he's actually supposed to come on the podcast.
Good.
Yeah,
he's
and so
cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't know him if I seen him, but I believe that he's, I guess, watched the podcast or listened to it or something. Yeah. He knew about it, and he had asked about maybe making some videos and stuff, and asked about like the river and like doing videos and stuff down there. So I'm definitely on board to do whatever for him. I can't remember what his name is. He's gonna kill me if he's watching this. I'm sorry, man. Well, he seemed very nice, and I know. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and have his cell phone. I'll text you later. I'll text you. Sorry, but no, I just I think that like even that they're big steps that a lot of people don't know about, and that's part of the reason why I did start this podcast too. Is I wanted it to be kind of like a central location for people to find information, whether it's about me and or whatever, but also in the community in which I live. So whether that's at a state level or something as cool as the whole thing that you're working on. So I'm telling you now, if I catch you guys stomping on her, I will bust your head.
Thanks.
But
I'm a sensitive soul.
I'll bust your shit.
Talk behind my back off social media, but don't like post so I can read it. Come on, guys.
But I'm here and I'm all for it. But what else do you have? You got like a whole list. I don't want to ramble on and talk over you.
Well, I think this podcast is important because Bob Shepherd like pulled me in and asked me on Facebook Messenger like a couple years ago if I wanted to be involved in this Main Street thing, and I had no idea what it was. And like since then, it's just become very obvious that everybody is constantly trying to reinvent the wheel and like solve the same problem over and over.
I know.
And it's just in the last week, it's like we all have the same ideas, but nobody's talking to each other. And so we're constantly like trying to solve the same problems and everybody's doing it and nobody can get it solved because They're doing it their own way. And one of those things is the whole reason Attica is here is because people traveled down the river from like Chicago and stuff. So they like traveled up and like settled here and all that stuff. So we don't talk about the fact that we are literally right next to the river, and that's not a focus of our community.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Like, why aren't we utilizing that more? And I've heard from 3 or 4 separate people just within the last week that they have this idea to put an amphitheater down by the Wabash River, which is something that I've had so many people have this idea separately of ways that we could better utilize the river. And I'm like reading at the same time.
Oh yeah.
We all have like the same, like we're all formulating the same ideas of how we could better utilize like what we already have. Mm-hmm. And we're not working on it together. Like
right.
Attica separately has its own strategic plan that's already been formulated, but we need to do a better job of like checking off the boxes of here's what needs to happen and here's who we're assigning to do it. Like,
yeah,
we need to all get on the same page.
It's so tough because you need communication. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing, is you need communication between the people that live here and the people that are lucky enough to maybe make some kind of decision that has any kind of impact. Yeah. And the problem that I see is most people are bitching about the problems and don't want to do anything to fix it. Mm-hmm. And I think when it comes down to fixing any kind of communication issue, it's very difficult because it takes, like, it's not something that I can just power through and like make happen. Right. So you have to have a little bit from everybody. And like with just taking the podcast, for example, it's like the only thing I could think of what would broadly mend some of those things, because, a lot of people are on Facebook all the time, and a lot of people like to watch video, and a lot of people might like to watch my videos or whatever. And so I was like, okay, well, how can I help and maybe make this work for as many people as possible? And this was the thing I came up with. Unfortunately, most people don't have that, and so it's like, how do you bridge that to the people that do genuinely care, but maybe they can't make it to the meetings, or maybe they don't have good enough internet to or whatever it is. But I know that there's people out there that do care, and trying to get them involved seems like it's a really tough thing in the communication side of things. So what do you do? Right. I mean, if you're listening to this and maybe you have any kind of idea, let me know, let her know. I'll gladly do whatever I can to help. I'm all for this town, but I mean, I'm busy as it is. And
I know. Well, and that's the thing, like, you figured out how to get paid to do this, which is freaking awesome. Like, we need this so bad. But like, I'm trying to do a better job on the Main Street page of, like, after the city council meeting last night, I just took like 2 major highlights of stuff that's happening.
Yeah, I saw that.
And like, everybody share it, because I mean, there's just so many barriers to communication.
It is.
And like, we're working on it on so many different levels, but it's hard because you have to figure, like, I can't do it to the level that it needs to be done and not get paid for it.
Right.
And I know across the river in Warren County, like, they're having like these meetings talking about they need a communications person for their county, and like, how do we get a person? How do we get them paid? How do we do it so that we're not constantly like crashing into each other and making it more difficult for ourselves? Because communication, like, that's the key to
biggest
everything.
Thing. Yeah, it is. And if there's somebody on here watching that is curious about it, I have people that ask me a lot, and I don't want to get off on anything about me, because this isn't about me or time for that. But if you are watching and maybe you're considering this idea of doing a podcast, or maybe trying to help out in whatever fashion, the way that I did it and the way that I started was, you build an audience. So we'll pick your platform. For me, it was Snapchat. I started there, but you get enough people involved and enough people that like you. I kind of have this thing that I started saying, that you don't have to be the best. Right. You just have to be pretty good, or and in some cases, you have to be really good, but you don't have to be the best. You just have to be the most likable. And in most cases, that's the truth. And so if you know, if you look at it this way, most people don't want to deal with assholes. And so if you can be good and just get tunnel vision on whatever it is that you like, and then be friendly about it and help out where you can and not make it so much about the money, oftentimes the money will follow. I found that just in my personal life and with this or with whatever, you know, like even when I started this, I didn't plan on making money off of it. I was just like, well, I'm going to do this and I don't care what it costs and hopefully I'll get help. And if not, well, I'm doing it anyways.
Yep.
And so if you're watching this and maybe that's something that you're into, look, hit me up. I'll help all that I can. I love seeing people start things up and really move forward. People ask me all the time, I want to start up a YouTube channel. Well, get to starting, you know, like there ain't
Put in the work.
yeah, just get after it. And so I would love to see somebody else do this stuff too. Warren County here, even like you're not stepping on my toes at all. So like I say, if there's any way that I can help you get started for those of you that are listening, let me know. I gladly will. I want to go through and read some of these comments here. Pow. Okay, let's see. Justin Small. If you want to see Attica thrive, you have to capitalize on local economy. You need serious industry or tourism. Look at Columbus, Indiana as an example of industry. Focus on the Badlands for tourism. HGTV will want to have an angle they can get ratings.
Badlands is the number one Polaris dealer.
Yeah, and I mean, I know them very well. All the folks down there, they're great people, and you know I've been tied in with those guys for a long time. And
they're getting stuff done.
They are getting stuff done. And I do know that, you know, they care about the city. You know, Kyle does. And I know he wants to see things go well. They're busy down there and trying to make things happen for themselves. And I'm sure any way that they can help, they would. I mean, I couldn't see them saying no to anything like that. And if there's a way that I can tie them in, I mean, you know, I'm sure that Kyle or Roy, if they're not watching right now, I'm sure you guys will see this at some point. Get a hold of me if you guys are interested in doing something like that, you know. And I mean, I don't know what kind of relationship they have with the city or whatever, but you know, any way to get more people involved, I think is super important. What else we got here? Choice Raider. I agree with the riverfront ideas. We put so much into that area, now it needs to be utilized. I love the boat races they put on years ago. I didn't know anything about the boat races, but I would go there and watch that.
Same.
Yeah, I would. I'd probably try to race one myself. I'd have a crappy one out there though. I'd be dead last.
Whatever river ideas you have.
Yeah. So like what's the plan there? Like what, as far as the river, is it just open to whatever? I mean,
there so many people have had the same idea that we need like an amphitheater.
Yeah.
At the river.
What would you do with it then?
So my picture of what it would be that like, so at the city council meeting last night, people that put on Heritage Days were talking about how they want the event to be like float back down that way towards the river. They would have all the music at this amphitheater.
Yeah.
I just have this, I'm real cheesy, so sorry everybody, but I just have this beautiful picture of the violins, like the little kids that do the violins at the elementary school, like performing at the amphitheater down by the river. And I mean, On the Banks of the Wabash was written supposedly right around that area.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I mean, On the Banks of the Wabash.
That's my ringtone.
Happen. Is it? Should make it your ringtone. Represent.
You go somewhere and be like, what the hell is that? It's the Banks of the Wabash, dog.
Sure, the Harrisons. Yeah, the Harrisons do so much. There are so many families in this community that have put so much in, and I feel like it's our turn. Like,
yeah.
Not that, I mean, I feel like we have an opportunity where they're like people behind the scenes, like the Shepherds and the Harrisons and the Postons, that they've put so much and they've done so much, like Kyle Noss, and also like they put so much in our community. And I think that it's time for us to like take what they have invested and run with it. Like, if you could, like when I put up, I need $1,000 to make this video happen. If you could donate $2, like,
and that happened fast.
That happened in 4 hours.
Yeah.
If you can put in $2, if you can just share it to your page, like there are simple things that we can do. Like, I mean, I live paycheck to paycheck, like simple
Yeah.
things that people like us can do. I mean,
Yeah.
you're probably not living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah,
That we
I
can
got
do
tough
to make a
times.
difference.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. And like that, I didn't even know that you were gonna make that. And so like when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is really cool. And at the time, it like I was busy doing something else. I had just picked up my phone and I can't even remember why I was getting on there. I was gonna message somebody or something. Anyways, but I pull it up and I saw that, and it was like the first thing that popped up, and I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. And so I started reading
I
it.
told you I'd get you paid.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
And
I mean, I can't do
yeah,
it,
yeah.
but I'll
And
make
like
it happen.
I went through and I read it and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then I think it was already at like $400, I think. And it was within an hour that I saw it. I was like, wow, this is going to happen for sure, you know? And then it was
Which,
just a
let's
couple hours
clarify,
later.
you did not say, I'm not doing the video unless I get paid. You
Well,
just
yeah,
said,
yeah,
here's how much I charge typically.
right.
And I was just like, okay, boom, let's make this
Yeah,
happen. So
yeah,
for
exactly.
anybody that's thinking that Brandon said he wasn't going to help me,
I'm all about that
unless he
money.
got
I don't do
paid.
shit for free.
Yeah. He doesn't care about Attica. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I think he does. I
Yeah.
think you're doing great.
Yeah. No, but it was so cool. And like that was part of that community that I really like to think is here, of like everybody that just came together quick.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, $1,000 isn't chump change by any means.
Right.
And to have that just all pooled together within a couple of hours and like, here you go, let's make it happen. You know, for me, there's days where it's nerve-wracking of like, okay, well, I have a lot of people that are really not only counting on me, but that believe in me. So, you know, don't screw this up type of thing. But it's really cool to see that and like, and then be on the other, even the receiving end of it, of like, damn, these people believe in me that much that they're willing to give up their money to make this happen. And so the people that say Attica suck and that, you know, that it's a divided place, it's not the case. I can tell you it's not the case because that's where I live. I live through this. Candy, keep up the hard work, Lexxi. Great job.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, man. You're doing a great job. But do you have anything else that you want to talk about? I don't want to box you into a corner. If you can hear that, that's my wild beast dog outside. He gets a little ornery.
Just want to say like how we plan to make this happen.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
With HGTV, which is, you know, why I'm here. So I think we said this at the beginning. Maybe I just told you before. I can't remember. But so we have you making a video. We have a video that was already made from Main Street, like before my time. And then we have somebody else that's making a video. So the plan is that we're going to get these 3 videos, post them on the Main Street page and on my page. You're going to choose which video is your favorite, and we're all going to just make submissions, like completely bombard HGTV and tell them like why they need to come here. And then I think I already said this, but even if it doesn't work, like we have nothing to lose,
right?
By making sharing this, by making it happen. I mean, no matter what, we're getting the word out there that our downtown is on the top 10 endangered things from Indiana landmarks, like in the entire state of Indiana. And
I don't want to see it disappear. You know, I mean, I've been in some real rough places, and I've seen firsthand of like communities collapse because there's no business, there's no jobs, there's no nothing. And the last thing that I would want to see is that from this town, because it's a ton of good people, and it's a ton of people that are all about a lot of different things, about hard work ethics and second chances and you know, really important values. And yeah, I mean, if we lost the downtown, I don't know what would happen, but you know, I mean, it's not a good look. And I know that a lot of people go downtown and, you know, want to enjoy it and want to, you know, live up some of their like childhood memories. I hear a lot of people talk about that, just about reminiscing about, you know, what this used to be or what that was. And it's cool. And just the nostalgic factor alone. But yeah, like she's saying, everybody just band together and do the damn thing.
Exactly.
Do it. Yeah. And so.
And then just something else that I wanted to throw out there. If you have Instagram, we'd really like you to do that, because
Do what?
And like post on Instagram.
Okay.
So we're posting some pictures tonight of like we took pictures all around Attica. We're posting some pictures. So if you just want to screenshot those pictures and post them to Instagram and put as many hashtags as you can think of. The idea is just to get as much attention as possible to our cause of saving our downtown. And like, no matter what happens, I mean, if the only thing that happens is we found a common cause to come together and learn how to better communicate, right. I'm happy.
Yeah. That's
great.
Right. Yeah, you can't go wrong there. What kind of hashtags are you using? Like, is there anything they need to be on board with? Anything that
I got tons.
You do? All right. All right, good.
If you click on my name on the video, just
you'll see them.
Throw whatever.
Okay.
Throw whatever you can think of in there.
Great.
I mean, no dirty words. I don't want to be...
Right.
Let's keep it clean for the sake of Attica's, cause for now. But
I'll probably refrain from posting then. No, just kidding. But and I like, even for the video, I'm really excited about it. I'm going to be at the Attica High School tomorrow for some of you folks that are there. I'm going to be shooting video. I'm actually going to fly my drone in there.
Ooh.
In the school. Yeah, I wasn't going to, but I went and I went out there today and I looked around and I thought, well, okay, I can definitely fly it like in the I don't know what you call it, the cafeteria. Is that what it's still called? Like, because they boarded all that up, and then I didn't know that. I haven't been in there in, I mean, kind of old, but 10 years. Yep, and so I got in there and I was like, man, this is insane, because just so much stuff's changed. But I'm gonna try to fly my drone in there, and I have a ton of shots that I want to get, and then what'll actually be used will probably be very little, if honestly, if any, at that point. But there are things that I definitely want to get. So if any of the kids that are listening to this, I will be there tomorrow. And it was cool because I was walking through the halls today, and I kept seeing, like, y'all ain't slick. You guys are not slick at all. You guys are obvious, man. Just look, yeah. And look, if you want a picture, just ask for a picture, because they kept putting their phone.
Put all the hashtags on there and be like, Brandon's trying to help us out.
Yeah. Let's pull together on this, man. Because these high school kids, there was a group of like 6 or 7 of these little fellas, and they is that Brandon Briles? I heard, like, you hear your name, you can hear a little mumble, but you hear that little mumble and it sounds like your name. You're like, oh, okay. And I heard, and I kind of turned around. It's him. And then I see all the phones just come up vertical to their chest, like they're holding like a hug. I'm like, dude, you guys are not sneaky. I wanted to walk up there and be like, dude, look, here, let's get a picture. But I didn't. I was kind of in work mode, so I didn't get a chance. I see you out there, and I think it's funny, and I'm really happy about it. I got a ton of messages once I got home, of like people were like, I can't believe you was out of that. I saw you walk by the library. Yeah, I was there. But I'm gonna be there tomorrow, and I'm gonna be shooting video, and we're gonna make this video killer. I'm excited for the game. What date is that?
We're doing 2. So Friday we're shooting somehow, figuring it out.
Right on.
And then February 1st. So
that'll be the one.
This Friday and February 1st, if you can make it to the Attica basketball game, basketball game, I will appreciate it.
I will be at the one on the 1st. Unfortunately, I will not be able to make the one on Friday because I'm leaving for Florida. I'll be in Florida for a week, and I'll be back the following Monday.
And let's throw it out there, because you're a good guy and you're not going to say it. You did offer to cancel your vacation.
I did.
To get like 2 seconds worth of footage. But
yeah.
I don't feel like that's fair.
I did. So. And I still might, actually, because I have a few other things that I could do. I don't know yet. More than likely, I'm going to Florida, though.
Nobody expects you to cancel your vacation.
I know. Look, dude, I got a vacation every day. You know what I mean? Like, I feel bad about it because I get to vacation every day. I just got back from Vegas. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty happy. I'm very content. But one thing that's pretty cool. I will be in Colorado, January, February, March, April. I'll be in Colorado at the Red Rocks Auditorium. Actually, I'll be there for like a week. I can't really announce the names yet because they're still up in the air, but it's going to be a great show, and I'm excited to see anyone that is from Colorado. If you're listening or watching, holla at me. I'll be out there. But yeah. So what else before I wrap this thing up? Do you have anything else?
Just want to say thanks to all the people that are busting their butts every day behind the scenes to make Attica better.
Yeah.
We see you.
Holla.
We see the work that you're doing, and we appreciate it. And we're trying to do a better job of calling it out of all the good things that we see happening in the community on the Main Street page. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. How about that? The Main Street page. I didn't even think about that. So can they just look up Attica Main Street and then?
Yep, Attica Main Street.
Yep, and then like that page.
We're
and
trying
so
to
what's
beef
all?
it up.
Yeah, what's all going to be there? Do you put out like bulletins or anything like that? I haven't got a
So-
chance to be on there in a little while. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're starting a new thing. On Sundays we celebrate. So if you see anything that is happening in the community that's cool, you see somebody pick up a piece of trash on the way into the grocery store.
Oh yeah.
If you see somebody that's opened a new business downtown, like we're just trying to celebrate what makes Attica the place to be
On that page.
on Sundays. And then we're trying to like when meetings happen, like for the city council meeting last night, posted a couple highlights from the meeting to make sure that we're doing a better job of getting the word out of like stuff that's happening in the community. Just really trying to beef up the communication.
I got it. No,
So-
it's a great way to do it. It's a great way to do it. It's the only way to do it.
Yep.
I mean, really. And you know what? I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it now. Look, if you want to be a part of the Attica Main Street thing,
Oh, snap.
let me just tell you here. If you want to make it on that page, I can tell you where you're going to make it. If you come around to my house around the beginning of July, it's going to be yeah,
Brandon Briles.
it's going to be
cheating.
the biggest block party you've ever seen. I'm going to
Okay,
light this
so-
place up. I'm going to have a pool out front.
Brandon's
We're getting a
cheater.
mechanical bull. We might be doing horse rides through the alley. I've got live music coming. We got
Did
porta.
you get your permit?
No, I haven't got my permit yet. But
Attica, this is not official. He has not gotten the permission
I will be down
to do
there.
this.
I went to the city building yesterday, and I just missed them. I didn't realize they close at 4 o'clock or 4:30. And
details.
yeah, look, it's going down. If you want to make that Attica Main Street page, you know how to do it. You'll be here at the beginning of July.
We decided for you that don't know, we threw it out there that we should have a competition.
Yeah.
Summer block parties. So we thought that each neighborhood could have their own block party, and whoever raises the most money for whatever charity they decide to raise money for is the winner of this block party competition. Brandon's a cheater, and he's gonna win unless y'all step up your game, which I believe in you, Attica.
Yeah, I do too. I believe they'll all be here. Beginning of July. What's up?
Unbelievable. McDonald Street block, band together.
Yeah.
We need to make this happen.
Let's make it happen. All right. Yeah. I was so excited.
Cheater.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, look, I'm telling you guys right now.
You're
You
like,
throw a
I'm
block.
making this happen.
Yeah. Like, my eyes lit up. I looked over at you. I was like, I'm telling you guys now, if you're being serious about a block party competition,
Ugh,
go ahead and print the ribbon, son. I'll take mine home now.
not fair. Joanne Broadwater, our new clerk treasurer, she's throwing one.
Yeah. I'll
So-
go to that. I thought I misinterpreted things. I thought it was all going to be on like the same weekend or something. I was
Oh,
going to go.
heck no.
Yeah, I wanted to go
We're
visit.
not having this party the same day as you.
Why?
What was your date? What was the date that no one else is going to throw theirs?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I'd have to look. It's
Keep your eyes peeled. Don't throw it on his date.
why not?
Because we want to win. Freaking cheaters.
Oh man, I'm so excited for it. I haven't been this excited about anything in a long time. I've got I have a Brandon Briles block party committee actually
Oh,
right now.
geez.
It's like I think there's like 5 or 6 people on this committee, and we've got the porta johns coming. I've got horse troughs I think on their way that we're gonna fill up with water and bring in super soakers and squirt guns. We got a mechanical bull that's in the works. Live music will be here. And yeah, it's gonna be like the Potawatomi Festival, I think, but just
your
like on
house-
Cedar Street.
and you're cheating.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to like park down at the Ball Diamond and walk a block. Sorry about that. We might do a chauffeur still. I'm gonna have somebody just driving back and forth, bringing people, or shuttles, I guess. Yeah, but I'm excited. Sorry to throw that out there.
Unbelievable.
Oh
I'm
man.
just gonna, for you that are listening to the podcast, just shaking my
Just
head.
shake their heads, just like, oh
Unbelievable.
man, another block party, great.
Ugh.
But yeah, so is there anything else? I don't want to
I
miss
think that's
anything.
it.
All right, so if everybody could band together, the biggest thing sounds like right now, to have everyone fill out the petition, share it, share this video if you can, and and I'm going to get started on making the video, and it'll be the best video that I've ever made. I'll give it 100,000%. And I think it's going to be really good for not only, Attica, but the actual people of the community. Getting people involved is a big thing, and I love seeing it. So thank you guys that are watching or listening. I would like to thank some of the sponsors here right quick. Warren County Creations, they make cool things like that alligator head right there. And deer heads, hummingbirds, all kinds of stuff. Anything out of metal. And now they're actually taking on some custom work, which is really cool. And you can check all their stuff out. And all you have to really do is just Google Warren County Creations. They're everywhere. They're also on Instagram now. And First Financial Bank of Williamsport, holla. I was stoked that my bank wanted to sponsor this podcast because they're like the greatest people, man. Because look, I'm a dummy and I screw shit up a lot. And I have to go there and be like, look, man, I really messed this up and I'm sorry. Can we make this right? And they're like, oh, yeah, they're good. Like, yeah, so they're the best, man. If you're looking for a good, solid bank, man, First Financial, it's where it's the old Main Source Bank. They're great. BP of Williamsport. Everyone that knows me knows that I always go to the BP. I love that place. And I like to thank you guys for all the help that you've done, as well as Delta Welding. So one of the very first videos that I shot that was a pretty commercialized video was for Delta Welding. I'm going to be doing another one for them actually coming up in the summer. But they are great folks. Rex, thank you for all the things that you've done for me, as well as Grady Funeral Homes. Mike Grady's on board now. Thank you very much. I couldn't do this stuff without you guys. And Mike Allsop Chevy. If you haven't had the opportunity to listen to the podcast I did with Mike Allsop, give it a listen, because he's a genuine dude and a very down-to-earth guy, and he does a lot for the community as well. And I think that's just about it. Is there anything else?
Yeah, just want to say we're making a difference because Aaron from HGTV's hometown liked one of my photos on Instagram. So
holla.
Message is getting through.
Holla.
Keep it up, Attica.
Holla.
And friends.
Yeah, I like it. And for all those naysayers out there, keep saying nay. We'll talk results later. keep going. That's all right. I'll power through it. How do you feel? Are you still nervous?
I didn't throw up. That was great. Thank you.
All right, and I think that's about it, man. I'm trying to think if there's anything I have on the horizon. I think that's just about it. I'm gonna be in Florida. For those of you that are from Florida that are listening to this, let's see, I'm leaving this Friday, so I'm leaving in like a couple days. I'm gonna be down there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'll be back by Monday. So I hope to see all you guys down there, and if you are down south, hit me up. Maybe I can take a picture with you or something when I get down there. Let's see. Going through and reading these comments one last time. I'm all caught up. Carrie, hey, no worries. I'm glad that I can be of service to this town and all the fine people in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's about it. And I will see y'all real soon. Actually, Thursday. Yeah, I think Larry Broadwater's coming on Thursday.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, I think. But don't hold me to that. But I hope to see y'all real soon. Thank you.